One thing you're going to want to do now, I've taken my SD card, micro SD card out. We're going to hold the function button down, and then we're going to go to extension settings, and you're going to go to SD card, and you're going to format your SD card and just hit done and then OK it. And format the micro SD card that's in the side here before you do anything. Okay, once it's formatted, you can turn the radio off, take the micro SD card out, and put it in your computer, and then we'll download the file and get it on there. Okay, so here you have the Yaesu website on the FTX, and I'll put a link of this in the description. You'll just scroll down here under Files, and at the bottom you're going to see Firmware Upgrade Manual, Firmware Update Information, and the actual firmware update. So click this file right here, it'll download, and you'll see it up here, FTX1 USA Firmware Update, and you can go to the folder and you'll see it here. Just double click that. It'll open up the unzip program if you have it already. Let me get that back on the screen. And all you're going to do, don't click anywhere but here. Click Extract To. Everything's going to my other screen. Click Extract To, leave everything as is, click OK. I already downloaded it, so I'm going to just go ahead and overwrite it, but you'll just click Yes. And it'll open up a new folder of the unzipped file. Now double click that folder, and you're going to see the files that we're going to move to the SD card. Okay. So now you've got the file. If you want to look at the information of the update, you click here, and that tells you what the update consists of and what the numbers are here. And you go back there, and if you want to see the manual, this you can download and follow step by step, and this is basically what I'm showing you how to do it. So next we're going to move to the folder. Now we unzipped the files, and you remember that looks like this right here. Okay, so here we are, and what you're going to do is you're going to insert the micro SD card in your computer, and it's going to pop up another folder. Mine is the USB drive I. Okay, now because I formatted it, you're going to see that FTX1 folder on your micro SD card. If you double click it, you'll see it looks very similar to this, but it doesn't contain these files because I haven't put an update on it. So what we need to do is copy those 5 files into the folder under FTX-1. So let's go back to the folder, okay, and the SD card. So what I like to do, let's minimize this. What I like to do is go to the files, and I just left click, hold the shift key down on a PC, and left click the bottom one, right click, and then you can left click copy. Go to your micro SD card, US drive I in my case. We're under the FTX folder, and here's all those files, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste. And it puts the files you need right there. So it's saved now on the micro SD card. Okay, we're back over here at the radio. We've got our micro SD card out of the computer, and we're going to put it right inside the slot there and make sure it slides in. Don't force it in. If it's not sliding in easy, turn it around because you've probably got it in the wrong direction. Now, what we're going to do is while pressing QMB, VM, and MV buttons, we're going to turn on the transceiver. So it's kind of weird. So here's the QMB, VM, and MV buttons. So we're going to hold those 3 down, and we're going to power it on. Okay. Now we're at the firmware update screen. Now the first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn the function knob 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 clicks. And then we've got the update information here. Now it says no such file on my display, but the display is the first thing we want to update. So let's go back. It's not going to let me. Let me just do update, I think, because it's supposed to have a check right there. Let me see what happens if I just do update, because nothing's checked. Okay, it has no such file. Now that's kind of weird. So let's power it off. And let's try this again. This says touchscreen to continue. Let's do that instead of... Okay, so that worked better than doing the 5 button turns like the direction says. Now we've got the checkbox in the display box, and that's what we want to update first. So the first thing we're going to do is update the display. Update. You'll watch the little bar. It'll skip here in a second and start going up as it updates. Okay, it's going to reboot. Should go back into normal mode. Okay, so you've got that display, the first file only, updated. Now we're going to go back into the Yaesu FTX. We're going to hold function down. We're going to hit extension setting. Now we're going to touch SD card, and we're going to do firmware update done. We're going to click that. It's going to check the files. The display is checked, and so we're going to click update. We're going to click yes. It's updating the display. Radio turns off. I believe I'm supposed to take the power off now. Power back in. And hit power on. I just realized I got the battery in there. I had to take the battery off. We unplug it, reboot it. We're going to come back in after the display. We're going to hold function down, extension setting, SD card, firmware update. It's going to check. It should have the first one checked. We're going to check these others, and we're going to do update. I think I should have unchecked the display, but hopefully I didn't just mess it up. Yeah, I just realized you can't see. Display is updated. Now the main firmware is being updated. All right, DSP is almost done. Then we'll go to SDR. Should get a green check. That looks good. Now the SDR, I'll go ahead and speed this up. Okay, so when this finishes, because I don't have an Optima, this should turn off, and then it should turn back on its own. Now, the two things I've done here that have been different than what the manual says. One of them now seems to be the fact that it doesn't restart on its own, so let's go ahead and restart it. Or power off and restart like the other one. Okay, we're going to restart. Now we're going to go to function. We're going to go to extension settings. We're going to go to SD card. We're going to do firmware update. And let's see what it says now. So we're at 3524. Now, these are all done. That's where I'm at. We can come back here to software version 3524. So it's all updated. Now, if you have the Optima, what you would do is you'd go to that SD card like the previous setting, and you'd click under firmware update. You'd click done, and what it'll have is there will be a box here that you would uncheck everything and just check the Optima box. Click update, let it reboot when it's done, and you'll be set. But that's the basic way you update these things. Remember, initially take the battery off so you're running on just one power that you can unplug and plug back in. And the display box seems to be checked no matter what, even when it's time to update these three. But go through once and do the display only. Go through the second time and do these three. And then if you have the Optima, go through a fourth time and update the Optima. But that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's how you update the firmware on the Yaesu. Do it in those three sections, and if you have the Optima, you're going to do a fourth time. And each time you're rebooting the Yaesu itself. Now the final thing you're going to do is you're going to reset the transceiver. And the way you reset the transceiver is while you're holding back and fine fast, you're going to power on the radio. So let's turn it off. We're going to hold back, fine fast, power on the radio. And this resets it. You'll see it said FTX1, and you have the base frequencies again, and that resets the radio back. And if you wanted to, you can, hold the function down, go to extension settings, go to software version, and there it is, 3524. So we're good.